Hi everyone and welcome back. For today's video I've prepared a long play, but this time we are for the very first time in Tiny Glade. If you like to see how this tiny village turns out in this new game, just sit back, relax and let's begin. Welcome to this new long play, and as I said in the intro, I'll be playing for not the first time, but second time Tiny Glade. I've never made a video of Tiny Glade just because I was focusing mainly on The Sims 4, but I wasn't aware of the update that we recently had and it broke my game. So I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I was actually preparing a new episode on my Exploring Packs series, but I didn't want to leave you without a video any more time, because I know that I haven't been that consistent lately. I had some changes at work and also a couple of health issues, so I was dealing with that, and I didn't want it to affect my channel, so that's why I decided to, in the meantime, while I'm figuring out what to do with The Sims 4 and how I can repair my game, maybe come here to Tiny Glade and show you a bit on how I usually work with this game. Now I have to say, I have only created a couple of things in Tiny Glade before, so I'm not that familiarized with all the tools that we have and all the how can I say, all the controls maybe. I'm still trying to figure out how I can build better in this game, so it's not gonna be the best of the best, and I cannot give you that much insights on how to build in Tiny Glade, just because, as I said, I'm not the best person to help you with that. However, I did find this game very relaxing, especially for long plays, and especially with all the sound effects that it has. So if there's something that you might enjoy, then I'll be more than glad if you accompany me during a couple of hours maybe. I'm not sure how much time I'm gonna be here building Tiny Glade, just because I think that with Tiny Glade I usually use less hours to complete a build. But yeah, usually with The Sims 4 my long plays tend to last a couple of hours at least. With Tiny Glade, I think that I'm faster, but that's because I have not been able to put much details yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to work better with this game and how to add more details here and there. So, let me explain you a bit of what I'm doing right now. I had the idea of building sort of like a small village. It's not going to be a very big one, just a couple of houses, maybe 2 or 3, maybe also a church, but all around this little pond. So I also want to try a couple of tricks that I saw in different videos on how to use different tools in Tiny Glade, so maybe I can learn better as I play, and then I can show you if those things worked out or not, and that way you'll see if these tricks and tips work and are friendly for all the players that are just starting with the game. As I said, I've only played a couple of times, but I can show you a couple of things that are very like basic of this game. For example, as you see right now, if I put with the path tool, I'm gonna delete what I did. Maybe that looks better. Okay. If I use the path tool and I go across a wall, it'll create a door. And these are little details that the game's gonna automatically add to your build. but you can change them and select the one that you might like better. You can rotate them and you can move them. So see, I've moved that and then another one appeared. You can also copy those in case you want to add more details. But yeah, the game basically selects randomly, or not so randomly, but it helps you to add details with those type of decors, I would say. So I think that I'm gonna left that fence right there. I really like that one, and maybe I'm gonna add also the flower that we had before, because I found that quite beautiful for an entrance. Another thing about Tiny Glade is that you're not able to decorate from the inside, so you will only be allowed to build the outside of the houses or any build that you might create. However, and let me pause this just so I can show you. I think it's a new update, but if you go to the camera tool, and it'll take a bit to load because my computer is not the best right now, and you go right here, you select this one, that's like the first person POV. You'll be able to go inside of, oops, wait, do I need to go through a door? I think that I might be, okay, I thought that I was able, yes, you have to go through a door, but yeah, you're able to see from the inside of the house how it looks like. However, you're not able to decorate it yet, so that's one thing I found quite interesting. But yeah, that's one of the biggest limitations right now with Tiny Glade. You're not able to work on the inside of the houses. However, I don't truly mind it, just because there are a lot of details that you can do create with Tiny Glade, and I've just realized that the door is a little bit to one side, so let me correct that. I think it'll be right here, maybe. Yes, that's better. And let me move, oops, let me move this one too, so it won't be just across the door. Okay, that's better. What was I saying? I completely forgot, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so with the windows there's another way to put doors that's quite different. So you have two main styles of windows, and then you have these ones that some persons use to create like tinted windows. I'll show you how in a couple of minutes, but these windows you can also how to say, if you add one more, then the style will change, and that will happen as well if you merge three windows. You cannot merge like two different types, but each style gives you a different larger window if you merge, as I said. The other thing that you can do with this is that if you move them closer to the floor, they'll create a door, this as well, and as you might see, those are different from the walls, from the doors that you create with the path tool. But yes, so I think that I'll go with this ones and build the other ones. The other thing with the windows is that, as you might see, it'll create different types, and it'll also add different details to the house. So it's something that you might need to consider while building it, because sometimes you have to change those manually, which I don't find that annoying at all. I like the fact that there are fishes right there as part of the pond. I don't find that annoying. I don't find that, I actually find that helpful, because it helps you to maybe consider new decoration that you weren't considering to add, as the fishes for example, and it'll give you some ideas. So I didn't say that correctly. I'm so sorry. It can give you some ideas on how to proceed with your build. And there are a lot of things that you can use to decorate here and there. So that's also great. I've seen a lot of people being really creative with these decorations and with the fence tool also. As I said, I'll show you in a couple of minutes how to use that. So for example here, I can try to add maybe a small table. So that's something that I'm gonna use to show you how the fence tool can work. So with the fences, it's basically the same as with the walls and with the rooms. If you add a fence in the ground, you'll have a regular one, but if you add one in where you have already put the pathway, you'll create some art. So let me show you better here. If I put a fence right here and then I create a pathway right here, it automatically will create this arc, and that'll help you if you need to create different details or different things. And I've seen a lot of people use this to create, for example, tables. So that's something that I would like to try right here. I'm gonna use just one, and then you can change the height of the art. This is the height of the whole fence, and then this is the height of the art. So there are two different ones, and the tool of the art can be as low as you might like, but you'll consider how tall the fence is. So if you want to get that low, you'll have to lower the fence too. So maybe the table can be as tall as this one. I'll use that as a guide for the next one. So what I'll do is keep putting art one next to the other until I finished sort of like a table. And to avoid the art that I'll create from clipping to this one that I've already created, I'll press the right control and then create it. And as I said, I'll use that as the reference tool, the reference height, I'm sorry, and I'll adjust it until I see that it's good enough. So I think that, yes, I'm gonna put it a bit wider so it'll look more like a table. I'm sorry if I'm being too bad with the camera. I'm trying my best, but as I said, I have not that I don't have much practice with Tiny Glade, so we'll repeat this whole process until we get to the shape that we liked best. I think that looks good. Maybe you can add a couple more, and then we'll try to create like also a couple of banks. Is that how they are called? I'm sorry, my English is very rusty lately. I think that I've already said this in my last video, but I was a little bit sick, so I had to like stop talking. Literally, I have to stop talking, and my throat was aching too much. I was with the flu. It was insane. But after a bit, I think that I recovered quite well. I think, I hope. I don't know. My throat's still aching a bit from time to time, but everything's normal, I think. Just okay, I will avoid talking about it because I think that might be a bit annoying. But yeah, that way we can create sort of like a table, and I want to add one more arc this way, and I think that I'm not moving the correct one. Okay, there it is. Oops. I have this problem quite a bit with Tiny Glade. I'm sorry about it, but I like to add one more, like so, in each side, just so I can add a bit more of detail, and that way if I want to make the table wider, that'll also work as part of the structure of the table. So let's add one more right here. I'll adjust it in a bit. One here, one here, and I think that looks quite good. And I'll add a couple of, it's not a bank, it's a bench. Well, if you understand me, that was great. If not, I was talking about this. Add a couple of arcs more right here so I can create sort of like a mini bench that'll serve as a chair for the table. So one right there, and then one right here. Should I left it like that? I think that kind of looks good because it's sort of like I think that we can add like a couple more, like one more maybe. Yeah, I tend to have this type of problems quite a lot with this method. I've realized that when I was building another, it was sort of like a bridge. If anyone knows how to fix that problem, please let me know, because I have this problem quite a lot. I don't think that looks bad, so maybe I can left it like that and add just one teeny tiny one like right here. Like so, and then let's squish that in. Yeah, I think that looks good. I wish that I could add one more, like one little one here. Oops. Yeah, I'm encountering this problem. I don't know why. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that and do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully it wouldn't be a problem in this side, and I'll see if afterwards I can find out how to fix it. I'm trying to find the way to build it without causing that problem. I don't think that that's as low as this one though. But we'll try to make it work that way. And what I was planning to do in the other side was adding one at the same height. So that way the seating area would be bigger. That was not working. In this one it's working properly, but in the other one it wasn't. So maybe what I can do is just put that a little bit higher and try to fix it that way. But let's see which one will look better. So I think that I can create sort of like chairs with this. Right there. And then I'll do the same as I did before. Adding just like so. I think that that looks better. Is it? Yes, it's a bit taller. And I need to get that line down somehow, but I'm not able to, so maybe we're just gonna have a very very tall let me check if I move it. Just okay, let me move this out for a bit. If I move it a bit to the side, because sometimes it'll depend. No. Okay, I've just cut that out. If you even notice, that's a tool that you can use to cut that out. I didn't mean to do that. Yes, I'm not able to shrink that down. We're just being a little bit annoying, but I think that we can make that work, being like a very tall chair. Yeah, I think that maybe we can just leave it like that. It'll annoy me a bit, but as I said, this game is not about much details. It's more sort of like trying to create things and enjoy how relaxing it may be. I find it really relaxing, to be honest. It's a good game if you want to just stop thinking for a bit and maybe concentrate in different things. So yeah, I find that really cute as a detail. As I said, these are not part of how the game was intended to be used, but a lot of creators and players tend to use this method to create more details in their worlds, so I find that quite nice. The other tool that we can use right here for this sort of like backyard is maybe the flower one. I'm gonna make that a little bit more small. And the thing is, as I said, I'm adding flowers right here, but they won't pop up because there's a path right there. So if we just delete this and then we get the flowers, you'll see that they start growing. Now, in the aesthetic of the flowers and the aesthetic of the whole area will depend on the season that you're in, and you can just change that out. And also it'll depend on the style that you have it in. So right now I think it's called Oldest. It's sort of like an antique vibe. I'm adding a couple of trees too. So because of the one that I'm in, some trees are gonna grow without leaves, and I find that quite other thing is that when you're trying to build and there's a tree on your way, it'll disappear, so you can see better what you're doing. I find that quite good. And yeah, besides that, there's also like the terrain tool, and you can just select which areas you want to create a level. I lost track of what I was saying. I'm sorry. You can just select the height of the terrain you want to put that in. I think that I'm gonna put this a bit taller, just because I want to create this thingy right here, this cliff that goes directly to the pond. And with the stairs tools, I find it quite nice that with the pathway you can create this sort of stairs. So maybe you can follow that. I was planning on using the tool, the stairs tool, but I think that this can work too. More sort of like a rustic one. Okay, I don't like how this looks. Okay, leave it like so. Add some flowers right there. And then curve it like so. And I'll have to move this thing that I'm not sure what is, but it was already in the world and I didn't want to get rid of it because I found it quite nice. So maybe we can just move it like over here. Okay, the whole table is kind of on the way, but I won't move it because it'll be a nightmare to move it. So maybe we can make this thinner. And I think that I'll need the stairs tool to make this better. I've been having some problems with this tool lately too. I find it quite interesting that we can see when it's clipping through rock. I mean, there's no functionality issues right here, so I would assume that it's okay. I don't want to make this look that how can I say it? I don't want the second stairs to look like underneath it, but I also don't want the whole rock to clip through it. So let's try to get that down with the path tool. I think that looks better. Oops, I think that looks better, and it doesn't look like it's stairs over stairs. And we'll add some path right here too. Maybe right here we can make the church, and then we can continue with the other builds across this part. But I want to finish with this one too. So I was planning that maybe this could be an open area. Okay, that's not the door that I want. I want, yes, a couple of arcs right there, and maybe we can also add some path right there, and maybe we can try to do something similar to those desks but right here, or maybe just a bench, and try to add some details like this one over here. I don't think that I can do that. I can, right? Oh yeah, I can. But now, how can I? How would I change that? Okay. Let me do something. I'm gonna put this in the position that I want to be inside this area and then just move it. Oops. Okay, let's put it to the side. Let's leave it that right there. I love how the birds, you see that right there. And I know that we have like a single one that I also want to use as part of this area. Oh, I like this one too. Just gonna leave it like there in the meantime. And I like this one too, to be inside this area. We can do something like a market thing. Yes, for all the details that I'm seeing, maybe we can make sort of like a market. And we can add some details at the back of it. So as I said at the beginning of the video, you cannot decorate the inside, but for example, right now I'm trying to put as much details as possible in this area, besides this being like a roofed area. So that's something great about this game, that there are a lot of cuts into doing stuff that you probably won't be able to do if you're not that familiarized with the game, but at the same time it's very user friendly, so you'll discover those if you just keep playing. You can add this one's like really at the back of it, like over there. And this could be sort of like in a storage, so maybe we can also add the rooms that we had. This one's over here at just at the corner, so go like so. I'll go right here at the corner of it. So I really like that. I think that we can add like a desk right here or something like so. Let's see what we can find. I was thinking maybe you can add this ones. Maybe a barrel right here, almost at the entrance, and then another bench right there maybe. Go right there. Oops. Oh, so I could go inside and then change it. Okay. I've been doing that all for nothing. Oops. What? Okay. I just needed to go down. So, and I want to get, oops, I want to get this part better, so move the bench a bit to the side and the room. Oops, we come closer to the benches because we have a couple of candles right there for some lighting. Okay, I like this. We can make We can try to make sort of like a small table right here, but I think that that might be a bit too complicated. So we're gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna change this one to, I was thinking of this one that's made sort of out of stone, and maybe add those wood details right there. I like how that looks. I'm not convinced on how this roof is. Maybe we can just squeeze that in a bit. Or no, maybe that way. I think wider it's better. I think that that looks good enough. I don't like how this is clipping though. You can go this way. And we can rotate the house just a bit. Like so. But I like how the roof looked like this better, to be honest. So maybe just make this bigger, like that. And then we can make this a bit taller though, and that'll solve the problem, and we can still have this pushed in a bit so we can see those details. This one's good enough. And let's change the colors a bit. I like this green one. Maybe we can change the wood color too. Like this one, and I'm not sure about that green tone. Maybe this one would be better. I like that. And let's add some windows too. For this part, I don't want it to be I don't want it to be another entryway, maybe sort of like a back door right here, or maybe just a fence right here with like a small yard. I'm gonna move this one to the side because it's interfering, or maybe just get rid of it. Maybe we can just change it and use it to something else. I don't want to exaggerate with the amount of benches that I'm adding. Maybe just a flower. Do we have it? Yeah, I put that right there. Maybe not yet right here. Because with the clothes right there, I think that we have enough details under that windows. But I would also like to have something right here, and I'm not sure if this would work. Maybe they're on their way to put those in the storage part, and maybe you can make that work like that. We also have this tool that we can add some flags, so maybe I can add a couple of those right here, and then let me see if I can add one in the middle, then put that back right there. Okay, I like that. I know that the plants are clipping right there a bit, but I think that that's okay. And we're gonna change the color of the flags though, because I think that it'll work better. Oh, we can make maybe use like these two tones of purple. Yes, I like that. And it looks pretty with the yellow ones. Do I like that better with the roofs on that color? I think that I do. And we're gonna change a bit of this. Sort of like so, maybe. Yes, and let's add what we said about the little fence right here. So for that we'll need the fence tool and we'll work some like so. Maybe we can even like get rid of part of the pathway right here. So the entrance to this part would be something like so. Maybe we can just leave that pathway right there and add some flowers aside, as if it was part of a garden, and maybe a couple of trees. Just one maybe at this part. Oh, it wasn't the tree that I wanted. But yeah, that's better. And if I add the tree right here, and yes, it grows without leaves, it will be great. Okay, I find that cool, and maybe we can add like a door right here to this part of the house, because otherwise the layout wouldn't make sense at all. What I was thinking is that maybe I can add like a big part of the building right here that will merge this part of the house with this part of the house. I'm not sure if this is a house though. I don't think it is. To be honest, I don't think that I'm making a house. It's more sort of like I don't know, maybe a storage. That'll work sort of like a small storage for all, for like a market maybe. Let's try to see if we can merge those bits. Like that maybe? And let's add a window right here. I really like this one. Let's see what else we got. I'm taking too much time just choosing a window, so I'm gonna leave it like that, and maybe move this ones to this side, rotate it a bit, squish it right there. Yeah. What else we can add? Maybe in the back side of the house, add some windows and some detail. I like that this goes directly like to the forest, so I won't be adding much. Maybe just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then change this a bit. I like this ones. Okay, I think that something like so would work. Let's move these ones to another part of the village. This one's too. Maybe we can lift those ones like there. Like an abandoned one. Maybe not. Maybe we can just use this one over here as part of the garden area. And yeah, that'll make sense with the whole little story that we create, that they're moving those things to the storage part. So yeah, I think that works. This one, I think that we can put that also in the storage area, maybe. Oops. Maybe right here, next to the brooms. Maybe right here. Like so. Yes, I like that. Okay, so this part, I think that it's almost done, and I say almost just because I want to add some lights. Maybe one here in the front door too, and this one too, one right here. And maybe I can also add like a wall right here that goes across this part, and then oops. Will that make sense? Let me see if I can change a couple of things. Oops. Maybe this one. And oops. And we can also get rid of that part. And change the color to like a more, yes, and lower it, make it a bit taller. Maybe we can even add another one right here and make sort of like a tunnel. Can we make a tunnel with these arches? I think we can do that. Yes, like so. Another one, another one. Let's repeat this process for quite a bit. Okay, I think that that's good enough. Oops. We can add some lights too. Right here maybe, and then like so. And can we add some flags? I'm trying to add one like at the top of it, but I don't think that that's possible. Maybe just like that. The two like post lights. We can move this one to another place, maybe right here. And then move it like so. Move it this right here. Sort of like so. And that's better. We can add some flowers right here too. I don't like that. Yes. Like some bunch of flowers right there, and then this part too. Oh, I like that too. I think that that's good. And then I also want to add a couple of windows right here, just so we can create this bump out. And another one right here, so we can give a little bit more of detail right there, and then maybe a chimney too for the house. We can even add this one like to the side of maybe this part, and then we can move this one right here, and this one right here. Yeah, that looks good. We make it the chimney a bit wider. Can we? I don't think that we can. Maybe like that. Let's see if we can change the style of it. I'm not sure if I like that. Maybe this one. It's a little bit more clear or bright than this one. Like, it's a brighter shade of gray, I think. I think that that looks good. And then we can build the church at the end. We can just move forward with the second part of it, with the second house right here. And then I want to create a bridge that will go one side of the pond to the other, and then create another house right here. So let's move forward with the second house, and for that I'm gonna increase the pathway right here, and I think that this is gonna be a smaller one. I don't want to get rid of these details because I find them quite good to add more details to the environment. But I think that this one's going to be easier. It's going to be just one big part right here, then a small one right here. That's going to be like so. I love the little ships that are around the world. And then we can try to squish that in so the roofs won't be a problem. Maybe like so. Yes, I think that we can just, it's a little bit shorter, and just a bit wider. Or that's too wide. I think that's too big. That's fine. I think that that's good enough, and then we can create like a yard right here, add a couple of details here and there, and try to create a small garden right here with the flowers. Let's see. Let's start with this one. Oops, I don't like when the bushes can come up like that. Maybe like so, and maybe you can add some flowers here and there. And let's move this one to this corner, and let's try with the path tool to get rid of the bushes right here and right here too. Let's open a door. That's gonna be part of the main entrance. I think that that's not good enough. Maybe to this side, and then we can add a couple of windows right here. Yes, we can also add a couple of this ones right here. And then we can add the chimney to this side. Can we add like another one? I don't think we can. Okay, that's not gonna work. Two chimneys, will that look weird? I don't think that that looks that weird. Because if I merge them, they convert to some that I don't want and I don't like. So maybe it goes to like so, and let's change the color of it. I like this pink one. I don't like the pink one. And maybe we can make this bump out like a stone one. I like how this matches with this. That looks good. Would we change maybe to this one? And then this one's gonna be the same shade as the bump out. I don't like the roof though. I think that I would rather stick with the one that we had before, even though it's pretty similar to the wall. Maybe this one. I was thinking also maybe a green one, but I'm not sure if that looks good. I'd rather use this one. Let's add a couple more windows right here. Maybe like so. Oops. I really like it. Let's move this one. Oh, maybe we can add some pumpkins, and that'll be part of this house. Like, you'll have a lot of pumpkins here and there, and maybe we can add also. Oh, I like this one. It has a face. And this one too, because just a little tiny one. That's this pumpkin son. Yes. and the flowers, that'll work. Maybe a couple of lights next to the door, and maybe also a flag on this side. Yeah, this like so. Can we make this like a little one if I change this one right here? I think that looks quite nice. Let's change this shade up. Oh, I like that. That looks nice. So each house is gonna have its color, its own color of the flags. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the family symbol or something like so. Let's add, like I said, one right here with the bow out of this one, maybe a bit bigger though. Yes, we can left those pumpkins right there. Let's change this one. Yeah, it's the big pumpkin. Why not? It's different from this one, right? Let's use the fence tool so we can create something right here. Let's use the path so we can get rid of a couple of things over here. And oops. So like so. And let's add a couple more details. Oh, it's the same with the face. Okay, but if we just move it like so, then the face won't be that noticeable. And maybe we can even put something behind it so it'll look like a different one. Maybe this one. Yeah, I like this one. There are more pumpkins with a lot of faces. I like that. Maybe have this one like right here. Can I change the color of the fence? I think I can. Yes, I can. Blue. Oh, that looks strange. Maybe I can go with the green one. I have this one right here. And oops, I'm sorry. Maybe we can have it over here and then use this one for a different thing. Yes, this is one of the ones that I want to add maybe here, and then we can add the next one right here too. As part of the tools that they've used to grow those pumpkins. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, so maybe I can add those two, like part of the tools as I mentioned before, and then move this one out. and change it to something else. We'll just put it like, squeeze it right there. Do we have anything else that we can use here? Maybe this one's and this one's. Like as if those are part of the garden that they are built over here. And yeah, I think that for the second house that looks pretty good. I have not worked enough on the back side of it though. Should I add some windows maybe? So this one looks right there, and I'm not sure if having this bench to this side will be a good idea. So let me just move it out. The rail, it will work, and this one can also work right here. If they were abandoned, like right next to the forest. And maybe the bench, we can just have that. No, I think that I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't see how that would work in other place, so I like that. And the next house will be right here, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna make it, to be honest. Let's see. Maybe you can. Oh, maybe we can use this one. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's put sort of like it. Not that small, but like not the main one either. Like, and we're gonna add this one. Like so. And let's. Second and third floor, and I'm gonna test this. Or maybe like that. I think that will work better. And then I want to have another one right here. Okay, and I will have oops. sort of like so, and maybe add a small second floor right there, or then we can build like the garden right here. Okay, I think that we're almost done with this house. So we're gonna add a couple of windows right here, and I also wanted to add a couple of details here and there too, but why this house is right here. Just thinking, as this one's like the pumpkin house, and this one's sort of like in a storage thing with a lot of fruit and stuff. As you might see, there are a lot of tools here and there, so maybe this will be that, like maybe a carpenter or something like so. I was thinking that maybe you can add a lot of details of laundry or a lot of hanging towels here and there, so it will make part of the house too, and that way we can make like the mini market right here, and it's gonna be part of it too. I think that actually those details work with what I was thinking. I'll just need to arrange a couple of things. Maybe add like the back, well, not this one, this one around here. That way we can also get rid of a small amount of bushes. So, and I was thinking maybe we can make this with like walls instead of making it with the fences. Let's close these gaps. Let's move this. And let's close this gap too. I think that push works right there without a problem. And let's add more details so we can create like the market thing. First things first, I need to locate the things that I want to use. That will be one. Then we can also have the pumpkins, maybe the ones that don't have a face, as part of the market. This one's another one that I want to add, and I think that the next one too. Yes, so probably I'll add a couple of those too. And for that I also want to use the fences. Maybe we can put one right here. I think that that's big enough. And the second one right here, so we have those two like so, maybe. And this one's gonna go right here, and the other one will go right here. Let's try to open this up a little bit. Yes, like so. And I'll need to create more things with the arms. Let me put this a bit taller. This one too. And the same with this one. Let's move it like so right there. And the other one would go like so too. Let's try to open this too, just a teeny tiny bit. And we will need to change, of course, the colors of this one. So let's see what we can use. Oops, that's not the one. Oh my god. Okay, let's do it like right here. This one matches the boxes, so I think that that'll be it. That'll be the one. Now we're gonna add also this ones, of course, and I'll try to merge them with what we already put. Here and that's weird. I don't know what's going on with the flags, but let's see if we can fix it. If I press Ctrl, it shouldn't be attaching to this one's, but it's not working correctly, so maybe just get rid of the middle one and go all the way across. I think that that's fine. Export bigger. And let's add some details in the back too. If you're asking how are they gonna go into that part, maybe we can. I was actually wondering the same, so maybe we can just move this one a bit. So it'll make more sense to have like a pathway right here. And we can actually try to... Oh wait, if I moved everything, right? Well, the stairs didn't... I think that this is enough space, and let's get rid of just one, maybe two. Let's use some flowers maybe. So try to, you know, close this area. I think that that works. Let's see if we can also change this one a bit. Like that, finished. Unfinished. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking that well. Yeah, I think that unpolished it will look better. And let's change this part too. So we'll have a couple of pumpkins right here. And let's combine this one like there. I was thinking maybe try to build something with the benches, so maybe have like a table or something like so. There, and let's repeat that. One more times. One more, and I think that that'll be it. We'll add like the ones to the side, and then we'll add more details here and there. Okay, I like that. And maybe you can even squish something like at the bottom. Oh no, not that. Maybe like a box. Oh, this one's, yes. Okay. That looks good. Poor bird. It's like in timeout. I like that. That little table turned out great. And let's add a couple of benches maybe, but the ones that we have like from the game itself. Oh, the fishes! I forgot about the fishes. Is it correctly to say fishes? I think that it's not the plural, right? I think it's not correct. Well, I can speak. I'm sorry. Oh, those are pillows? Or just like bags? I'm not sure. They look like pillows though. But why would they... I'm not sure that they are pillows. Either way, let's add our bench. Maybe we can put that like right here. And no, I don't like that. It looks like too clutter. Maybe we can just add this one like with this part. Yeah, some flowers, why not? Maybe this one right here. Okay, right here it's the market. Right there is the pond, and right over there it's more pond. Yes, that's a very good signal. Okay, I like this area. I really liked it, and maybe we can add like the singular benches beneath like this part. Yes, this one's, because it'll be for the vendors, so they just can sit there and sell their things. They like this. Let's add some lights too. Maybe one right? No, I think that that'll be too much, right? Let's see. We can always change like the hour of the day, so we can verify that our lights are working as they should. They are. I think that that looks quite good. We can add one like over here maybe. This area, is it working good? Maybe one right here too. This part looks really good. Maybe next to this door too. And can I add one like right here maybe? This area looks good too. And we can always add like the second stairs on this side, right? And like over here maybe? And this could actually be like the main ones, so we can add something else. Let's see. Oops, that's not the one. All the way to the top. what if we do it like 2 times? Can we make that? I think we'll have to change the whole terrain, right? Oh, I like how this looks. Okay, let's get rid of this part of the path. Yeah, so they look like built in the rocks. Like so. Yes, that's better. And with that, we'll start building the church. And I'm gonna keep this night. Oh, first of all, let's change a couple of things right here, style-wise. So we're gonna add these things, and maybe I will like them to be in stone. And I think that the church is gonna be in this shade of stone, so should I put the wood ones? And let's change the wood tone to this one, yes. And let's add a couple of lights too. One here and one here. And at the top too, one here and one here. And then I know that you can make like a circle type of thing with the stairs. Let's see if we can manage to build something like so. Oops, that's not the way, that's not the way at all. I think you have to add 4 like angles of it. Yes, make it like that. And then you have to put everything down. And I have to get rid of the railings. I think that I can make this better though, so it'll look more like a circle thing. Okay, I need this to connect with that part of the stairs. And I know that there's also a way to do this with the walls, but it's a lot of like a lot of chaos. I'm gonna try to make a platform too with this circular room, but we'll see how that turns out in a couple of minutes. So first, okay, the fact that we have path right here, it's completely fine. We need to put the arch first, I think. And with that in the position that we would like to have it, we'll try to work on the rest of it. Let me put that again, because I think that I didn't put that in the correct way, so it'll be probably right here. Scoop that in a bit. Okay, that's better. And then we'll use this one, size it down, get rid of this, and with the eraser tool we'll make it as tiny as possible. Oh, first let me, okay. Yeah, with the worst one, yeah, we need to get rid of only a teeny tiny piece. And then we'll try to squeeze that in without making it a full ball. And this down. What is... Oh, it's because of the bath. Okay, so we have to do a little bit of this. It's fine. Now it should work better. Okay. Let's see where it's the bath clipping. Okay, a bit right here and the front. Okay, that's better. And now I have to put that down, put that up, like so. That's better. Okay, and with that we'll add one room, but first we're gonna make it a platform. That's sufficient. Yes, yes. And we'll change the colors. So this one's gonna be like so, and a blue one. Can we make this? I wanted to make this to shrink it in. Well, it's a tiny bit, so the center will look like if it was water. Like so. And then we'll create another platform that hopefully we can make a little shorter. But let's see. If we can't, then we can always raise this up a bit more. And that way this one won't cause us any problems. And move it to the center. Then we can fix this one's. Oh, I raised that up. We can adjust it so it'll be centered. What do we have in the middle? Like so. Okay, that looks really good. Let's try to mix and match a couple of these things. So we can even put this like in a blue color so it'll look like water too, but I was thinking maybe a brown one. And this one. And this one maybe. Just leave it like that, right? Something like so could work. I like how this looks. Okay, then right here we're gonna build a sort of like a church. It's gonna be a small church. Why? We're gonna start with this one, and then we're gonna add a tiny one. It's gonna be part of the second floor. Maybe the center, maybe. Yes, and a bit toward perhaps. And we're gonna move the roof. So we're gonna add a couple of towers here. That. And the second one, the other side. Like that. And the final piece is gonna go right there. Like right in the middle. And again, right there. And I'm gonna add with this windows oh, we don't have enough space, so we need to make this be wider. Okay, now it is working. Let's add some path over here, all the way right here. Maybe I'm gonna change it to this one. So let's delete a bit right here, maybe. Right here, so we can add flowers. So, and there. And then in each side I'm going to create another one with a lower one. So, and right here a bigger one. Over here we can put both windows one next to the other with a couple of details like this. Maybe we can also add some flowers right here. Not that much, just a bit. That will work. Maybe we can change this one to, yes, maybe this one. Oh. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna start this one right there and change this one then. I was thinking maybe the flowers one. I think that would work better. You know, as part of the decoration, the front part. Oh, the candles will work too. And the bench. We will need a couple of benches. Alright. We're right here. Maybe on the side too. Right there, maybe? This one too. We'll use this one too. And we can add another bench right there too, but maybe a simpler one. And another one right here. And then on the top of the floor, the second floor, I'm gonna add this ones. One on the front, one on the side, on the back. And right here at the higher part of it, I'm gonna add with this sort of like a tinted glass type of thing. So to avoid them to stick in one to the other, I'm pressing the left control, and I'll try to make the shape of a regular window. I think that will work. So let me change the colors, and in order to add the other window and be able to click one with the other, we'll have to create a wall right here. And then it doesn't matter that at the bottom you don't see the arches, so just try to check that it will merge correctly and calculate where it's gonna be where the window should be. So oops. So you'll be able to see through this one the colors behind it. Like so. Yes, that works much better. I'll work on that and try to make like bigger tinted windows. But to be like my second build on Tiny Glade, I'm not that good at it, so I think that works. And I've just realized that this is clipping a bit. So I'm gonna try to move it like that. I think that's working perfectly. And maybe I can add a little bit more of decoration. Okay, I think that works pretty well. Maybe I can add flowers and a candle maybe, and to make this sort of like an altar type of thing. Oh, I like this being right here too. This one too. And last but not least, yes, the flower. Like that. Yeah, that looks quite good. Can we manage to like put a little bit of that part of the train up? Oh no. Okay, it's not gonna be possible, and I'm gonna ruin my stairs, so I don't think that would be moving anything right there. The last thing that I would like to do, and with that we'll reach to the end of the video, would be to create like a bridge over here. And to do so, we're gonna use this one too. I think that we have managed to make this as smooth as possible, and we'll work on that again. We'll try to repeat that. And to avoid double work, I'll be doing this one by one. So that way I can also be sure that I'm putting that in the correct way. I need to learn what keys are my tools, because I keep using the buttons. I can't talk right now. I think that it's already 4 AM. Yeah, so this is also the same problem as in the first row. This is the lowest that it can be, but that's fine, because we are working with that sort of like per levels, so I think that we can work that out. It doesn't have to be perfect though, because that's something that's really relaxing about this game. You won't have to be worrying about functionality, because there are no sims that'll be walking by or trying to go to the bathroom in a bathroom that doesn't work. So yes, you can just build this you may like and try to do the best things with the tools that you have and don't worry about functionality. That's a point for Tiny Glade. And let's move this. I like that bud. Maybe a bit closer. Okay. Two more and no, well, I think that I'll need 3 more. Let's make it like the last time, just a quick one, and then move forward with it. Okay, so perfect. And it's good. It's perfect. One more right here. I would like to make this a tiny bit taller. And I'm gonna make this wider just so I can manipulate that better. Try to increase it. I don't think that I'll be able to, but maybe if I move it like right there, it'll look better. Yes, I think that looks pretty good. And maybe we can put one more, like squished more to this side, and if that way it'll allow us to make it higher. Yes. Yeah, it worked. And let's continue right here. Again, I'm making it like a little bit wider, like, yes, just so that way. I was about to say, so that's how I'll make it easier to manipulate, and then I started struggling with it. So I don't think that was a good idea. But yeah, okay, that's better. Let's add a couple more. Probably that's as tall as it can get. Yeah, that's fine. It serves its purpose, so that's fine. Right there. Layering in this game is probably one of the best things that you can do to try to make things look better. So I will highly recommend you to do that. I'm probably not the best at it, but I'm making an effort to try to fully make this work, at least so it'll look good enough. And then we'll make the stairs. And I can try to build the pathway without it affecting the bridge much. And that way we can have close, but not that close, you know? There maybe. The other side will do that too. Okay, like that. It's working quite good. Let me put this on another light. It's good enough. Maybe in the same one as the church, but I don't like that, like all of this is the same as this one, so let's change this house. Maybe with the blue one. The blue one looks nice. Blue and white. This stone. That. Yeah, I think that looks nice. And that way the church will still be blue and orangey, as well as this one. And I didn't put any windows here nor any flags. Not that I've checked that. So maybe at the top of this house we can put those. Oh, maybe this like top of. Yes, that looks good. We can put one like right there. One right there and one in the middle. And let's also change the color of it. A green one. Well, the purple also looks good, but I think that was this one, yes, so yeah, the green one will work. Do I like this one, this color? Maybe we can put that. Maybe one each. Okay, that looks pretty nice. And I think that with that we would have finished. Well, as always, with that we've reached to the end of today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed and that you've enjoyed this new game. If you don't, let me know. But if you do, also let me know so I can be aware of the type of games that you would like to see in this channel. As I said on my first video, this is not going to be a Sims only channel, but I'll try to keep all my games cozy and all my gameplays or long plays to this type of content and vibe. So with that, I will just have to say thank you very much and see you in the next one. Bye bye.